Guys, everyone will see and want to admire them and be like them. Have one will go on a werewolf story or have a weird story. Not necessarily the story is bad or the person was doing bad.
That they are sucking fees from the other classes, then I tell the invigilator I'm going to the washroom, then I run because I can't face the embarrassment. And when they are sucking the fees, my surname starts with A. So I'm part of the first three that always owe school fees. If you come to Mali school, two things that I'm known for: school fees and then fighting for food in the dining hall. Because if I don't eat from the dining hall, I don't have anything in my chop box. I went to school Form 2 with just Gary. Form 2 second term, I went to school with just 20 cedis. No provision, nothing. So like I used to, dining hall was my savior. If I'm not getting the dining hall food, it means that I'm going to sleep on an empty stomach. So I used to fight in the dining hall.
SCANTY, I watched his video and looking at it, it's like, wow. People have stories to tell. Go closer to somebody. Don't jealous the person. Don't, I want to be like this person, and you want to do all means. And if the person tell you his or her story, how he has gone through to become who he is today, you will not like to be like the person. Here is the channel. Like, follow my page, and my name is Eddie Frank. Let's center into the matter. I watch, in fact, a mentor story, SCANTY. Let's take a look.
You're quite disciplined, man.
Yeah, I'm very disciplined because I'm from a disciplined home. So I'm very disciplined.
Yeah. So I did a lot of search.
Okay.
And then I realized that, your government name is not online.
Yeah, my government name is not online.
And then your age as well.
It's not online.
It's not online. And the profiling, I was really looking for a space.
You know the funny thing, if you go online, right, and you type SCANTY in the search, there are about 5 things that people always search about me. My real name, my age, my girlfriend, where I come from, and then my YouTube channel. These are the 5 things.
Why do you think people are interested in that?
I don't know. Probably my age is because of how I interact. So people want to know, like, people say I'm matured. So maybe they want to know my age. That's my age, like, tally with the way I speak. That's why you go online, you see people searching for SCANTY real age, SCANTY's real name. Because several times I debunk my real name. My first name is Redeemer, right? That's my name. And anytime I mention my name or people hear my name, they attribute me to being a Votarian. Because as Votarians, that name, this kind of name, like peace, harmony, Redeemer, wonder, like
joy.
Joy, that kind of thing. So anytime people hear my name, they are like, this guy is from the Volta region. But the honest truth is that my dad is a Fanti and my mom is from the Volta region. So I have like 50% Volta, 50% Fanti. But I tell people I am a Fanti. But when they hear my name, he said, before I even explain, they say, he's from Volta region. When I mention my name, people start, the follow-up question is in Eve because they want to be.
Right.
But the honest truth is that my name, per the information that I have, that my mom gave me, when they gave birth to me, my mom didn't name me, my dad didn't name me, my family didn't name me. My name, I was named by the doctor. Yes, so the story was that when they gave birth to me, I was dead. When my mom gave birth to me, when I came from her womb, I was dead. So they had to just get rid of me, take me to the morgue or whatever they have to do. So they asked the nurse and the doctors to do the necessary operations. So my family were like sad, they were crying, then they were taking me away. So per this is the information from the doctor. I was born at Kolebu. So when they were taking me, the doctor said before they got to, let me say the morgue or wherever they would dispose me, I shook my left hand. So my left hand moved, and then the doctor asked them to take me back to the emergency ward. So they took me back to the emergency ward where my mom is. Then this is what the doctor told my mom: your Redeemer is alive.
Wow.
So your savior, Redeemer means savior. So your savior is alive. That's how come I have the name Redeemer. So I'm alive in that context. So your Redeemer is alive. So the doctor, that name, so I'm sure my mom had a name that they wanted to give me. I've never bothered to ask my mom what that name is. My dad, I've never bothered to ask. But they skipped the name that they have for me, and then they used that name. your Redeemer is alive. So I was actually born to save my family. And if you look at my track record from growing up till now, I am the one meant to save my family. So I work, my name is having an impact on me. So I move to save my family, and I'm the one saving my family because I come from like difficult home. But yeah, probably I don't know if I have to go into that side, but I come from a difficult home where I moved from being one of the richest kids out there to one of the poorest out there because I lost my dad along the line. So like things became hard. We moved from 100 to like a 0. And I can remember a point in time in my family where we had to struggle to get 20 pesos to buy water. For someone, my dad used to work at Coca-Cola. He was one of the big people at Coca-Cola back then. I remember a time in 2008, I used to wash my face with Coca-Cola. I've done that before. There's a place around TV3 called Aria or something. They used to do end of year party for the workers. I remember washing my face with Coca-Cola before. But fast forward in 2012, after I lost my dad, we struggled to afford Coca-Cola. That was how difficult life moved from 100% to like a 0 for me. So we have been through the struggles. Lost my dad in 2010. We have been through struggles from 2010 till maybe I completed SHS in 2016. And I completed, stay in the house 2 years, do things like come back to shine light on my family. So I'm the one doing wonders for my family. My family looks up to me, so I don't joke with my life. Yeah, I don't mess around. I have like a whole family looking up to me, like they know that this is the person that we have out there. So they use me to set examples. So you don't see me misbehaving. I don't do that. So that's the story about my name and then my journey coming up. So you always see me, I'm focused, direct, serious. I'm not like doing any of those lifestyles. I'm just direct because it's a whole lot of people behind that are waiting to see me successful. I need to pay my mom off, yeah, before I lose her. So I need to do a lot to make sure my mom is happy before I lose her. See, right now, things are. So that's how come.
How are you doing that?
Oh, I'm trying my best. Probably I have targets. But the only thing that keeps helping me, I feel like my name is having a big impact on my life. Because anywhere I find myself, I'm like a linchpin. I shine everywhere I find if I step into an environment the very first time, I leave, have people talking about me. I'll leave this podcast, people will watch, and they'll be talking about me. Like I have like that kind of savior kind. So anywhere I go, I'm like, I'm redeemed, or like I look like a very important person, a vital person wherever I find myself. So it's like my name is doing the wonders for me behind the scenes. I'm not doing too much, but the name is working. That's the story.
So what's important to you right now? Impact for the family or money for the family?
Money for the family. Yeah, money for the family. The impact will come with the money. When the impact is not coming with money, then I'm not doing the right thing. Yeah, I'm actually living my life. I want to make money to help my family. That's very, very important to me. That's the key thing in my life before any other, even before myself. Before I was coming there, I even sent my mom money. I get money, I try to tip my mom first before I spend what I'll spend on myself.
When you've come from a family where dad had it together, if you have the opportunity to give him an advice before he passed, what would it be?
He shouldn't have died. The only advice he should have stayed longer to watch me shine. I feel like losing my dad had a big impact in my life but he exposed me to how the real world is. Because growing up with my dad, everything was okay. I lost my dad when I was 10. Yeah, I was in class 5 at the time. I was almost repeated because it affected my education. So my teacher had to even consider me to promote me to class 6 on probation because they had to sit there like, okay, we are repeating this set of people, but for this guy, let's consider him because he lost his dad. So it had an effect on my life at the time because I was very close to my dad. And I lost my dad in shock. If I tell you how I lost my dad, you'll be amazed. It's like you're sitting here and then this camera starts messing up. You walk up to the camera shocks you, and that is it. That's how I lost my dad.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm a big football fan, but I at a point I stopped watching football because we were watching 2010, I think, Barcelona versus Inter Milan Champions League semi-final. Then I lost my dad on my elder sister's birthday. Preparations were on for the birthday. Everything was on, set up and everything. Food was on fire, and we were watching football in the hall. I was with my kid brother and my sister. So my dad was from the kitchen. He was going to the bedroom to dress up and then come and let's enjoy the birthday. So when he was passing, I told him, "Oh, we are watching television, but it's not clear. We use antenna. Back then, that was TV antenna. That's how we call it. I don't know the name now. So like he should adjust the antenna." My dad touched the TV antenna and then that was it. He didn't utter a word till today that I sit here and I speak to you. He touched the antenna, he fell, rushed him to 37, he was gone. 2 months after, we buried him. That was it. That was the story. This is the first time expressing myself like this.
Scanty, you're going to get the opportunity to be a father.
Yeah.
And I hope you have better financial planning as well.
Yeah.
For the children. Do you think this is important that fathers have financial planning early on in their lives, especially when they have family?
Yeah, I think it's very important that every father should have a planning, because for me, this statement that I always say, people don't agree with me. My father's money is my money. So my money that I'm working for, I don't need anything. I'm working for my future, like my kids, because I want a situation where my kids can stand up and say, "Oh, that was my dad." They live, enjoy off my name. I have a kid brother, that's what I always tell him. Live a simple life, but try to eat with my name, enjoy from my name. So I'm working hard. Even if my kids are not enjoying, my kid brother can be eating off my name. So for fathers, I think they need to have financial planning for their kids and ensure that, let people know that your money is for your kids. Let people know that your money is for your kids. Your money is not for any other person, but for your kids. When you are saving, you save for your kids. Right now, I'm working for my mom. After a short while, I'll switch for my family, like my personal family. But right now, I'm saving for my mom. That's my plan.
You know, this thing that you're saying, it's so powerful because around here, a lot of us look down on the dadabis.
Yeah.
We think they've got it all together, they've got an easy life. But the same people are working hard to build generational wealth. Who do they think is going to enjoy that wealth?
I don't know. we are in a community where they say, "Oh, you are dadabi," then people make it look like, no. Everybody everyone will wish to be in that position. But when they don't get a chance, they decide to hate on people who are in that position. But who wouldn't want to be born with a silver spoon in their mouth? Yes. So I was living lavish life when they gave birth to me. So I have a taste of Dadabi. So I know how it feels. I have a taste of Dadabi and a taste of poor man, broke man. So I know how it feels generally.
So you finished school now.
Yeah.
And then what happened? How did you get to KSS?
Okay. So I think I was in the university, level 200. Then I have a group of friends, we used to have a sports channel. So one of them knows Sheldon very well. So he spoke to Sheldon that, we want to come to KSS and use the studio to shoot. But before that, I live in the same area with Sheldon. So I've been seeing Sheldon around every evening when he's going for jogging. I see him around. "Oh, hi." Then I pass. Sometimes they say hi, if you know they mind you. But I understand probably maybe it's not everyone that you have to talk to. So I see him around most of the time. So when that friend spoke to Sheldon, I was like, even for Sheldon, he lives in my area. So I'll just meet you guys there. So we met there and then we shot the sports content and then we left. Then we came back. That was the first time for our content and then we left. So we came back another time. Sheldon wanted to discuss the impact of sports betting on the youth. So he invited my friends again. Since we have a sports channel, surely there's betting that's attached to sports. So my friends told me, okay, then let's go. So I joined them And then we had that episode. So after the episode and the video was posted, everyone in the comment section was like, this guy is fun. Like this particular guy, we like this guy, the way he talks, he's funny. We like how he expresses himself. Like, can you bring this guy more? That was the comments that, but me, it wasn't my channel. So after we shoot the video, I went back to school. When the video was out, I just shared it. I didn't even go through the comments. So I didn't know what was going on. So my friend that introduced me to Sheldon texted me that, oh, Sheldon has reached out to him that he wants my number. Like, oh, okay, sure, you should give it to him. So then, well, after I said that, the next minute I saw a text from Sheldon. Yo, Charlie, I remember that text very well. I have a screenshot of that text. I'll reframe that. I'll recreate that in like probably in 5 years after from that time. So I remember I was like, yo, Sheldon this. I was like, yeah, I just realized because his DP was there. They was like, oh, he wants to recruit me to the house of content. If my mind there, I should let him know. I was like, oh, I'm a student. I'm in level 200. So education, first thing in my family is education. I don't play with my books. Books first, then any other thing. I prioritize my books first. So I was like, oh, I'm a student. So unless there's a schedule that will help me balance education and that. They was like, oh, since I'm a student, he understands. So he can give me like a schedule that would work. So I should just pass through the studio. Let's sit down, talk about it. I pass through the studio. We sit down. We work on some part-time contracts. So I was shooting. I come shoot. It used to be the bands and runs that we do. I come, we shoot, then I go back to school. So I used to work with KSS part-time at that time. And after I come, the first band and run that we shoot, the comments all over. Like you can see 400 comments, 350 is about SCANTY. So like everyone and myself, I was surprised. But one thing about me is I'm a very confident person. I have like this my family like be a debonair person, confident, stylish, and that is what is taking me up there through the ranks. I'm very confident. I'm not, unless maybe I find myself in an uncomfortable space, then you see me shy a bit. But if I'm in my comfort zone, I'm very, very confident. So the whole comments, we shot 3 videos that day. The next one is like everybody switched from the topic that we are discussing, and the focus is on like the points that I'm making. So like the next time they shot a video without me, they're like, oh, no SCANTY, no watch. And then like it continued from there. So before I even finished school, like KSS was ready to give me a contract. So I was employed before I finished school.
Right.
So I did my service with KSS. I wouldn't even call it a service. Full-time work, big money, like from the start. So for me, like, so as a level 400, I was popular on campus, kind courtesy of KSS. I was popular everywhere. Like I'm in school. Oh, this guy. Oh, we watch this. Like it was all over the place. So before I completed level 400, my name was all over the place. KSS, KSS, KSS. So I finished now. I enter KSS.
Did you not have plans to become a doctor, lawyer, teacher, engineer, all these things?
Growing up, I wanted to be a doctor when I was born. But growing up, I fear when I see blood. I can't watch an accident scene. I can't see a pregnant woman walking. I feel like there's so much going on. So I feel uncomfortable when I see things like that. So I had to question myself that, is this something I can do? Because I remember one time I was in the car and we saw an accident ahead. I had to cover my face throughout. I fear when I see, so I don't know how I would react when they rush a patient and they bring to me. So I switched that time that I wanted to do a pilot. So the doctor was like JHS primary. Going to SHS, I switched that I want to do a pilot. But when I got to SHS, I realized that Ghana Airways have collapsed. We don't really have like, the number of universities that do aerospace engineering is limited. I went to Ghana Telecom University. I wanted to do telecommunications engineering so that I can enter the piloting side of things. But I had to think, and I'm like, that space is too small unless I have the chance to travel outside to better it and come. But like the universities doing aerospace, they are limited. Aerospace and telecom is limited. So if this is what I want to do, then it will take some time. So I switched. I do human resource. I have background of business administration. So I have marketing, management, HR, procurement. I have all that background. So 400, then I specialize in human resource. So I know how to manage. So if I'm not at KSS, another thing I can do is human resource manager.
But all of that is gone away because now you're following
Yeah.
the media space.
Yeah, I put that one aside.
And family were okay for you to do that.
Oh yeah, yes, family was okay. And my mom looked at the dream. I talk to my mom a lot. I listen to my mom's advice a lot. But I'm not saying I'm a mama, but my mom, as you see me now, is because of how my mom wanted me to be. Because my mom did a lot when I was going to school. They used to sack me for school fees. I remember in 2015, when I went to Maoli School, the best school in Ghana though. 2015, when I was in SHS, they sacked me for school fees. I came home. I was coming to the house. When they sacked me, there was no money at home. So when they sacked me for fees, I don't come to the house. Because when I come and I tell my mom, it's like, she'll just cry. Because there's no money. So you can't, like, you're already coming to add up to the pain. So when they sacked me, I hide. But I got to the point that I was hiding in school to the point where now they used to sack school fees in dormitories at dawn. They used to sack school fees in the dining hall. So the only place that you can escape, first it used to be just classroom, but they brought you to the dormitory, they will sack you at dawn, go home, dining hall, you are eating, like, so at that point, I don't have anywhere to go. The only option is go to the house. I went home. When I arrived at the house, I arrived at our junction going home, I saw a poster outside. Oh, is it gone too soon or what a shock? It was my elder sister. I saw it, I was confused because nobody had called me to tell me anything, so I just kept quiet, right? I didn't believe it. I went to the house, getting towards the house, people were looking at me. Like everyone, that time our area was not so developed. So like, everyone in the area. So everyone was looking at me. I was confused. Towards the house, I could see red entering, coming. I got to the house, I saw the poster again. I was like, oh, I lost my elder sister. I'm the third child. So I have two sisters, then I'm the third, then a kid brother. So we have four. So I lost our first, so I go home. I couldn't even tell them they sacked me for fees. Because you are coming and then you have seen a predicament. So what happens? You can't even say it. So I even acted like I was told I've lost my other sister. That was why I was coming home. They said, who told me? I didn't see anything. I couldn't even tell them about the fees. So the next morning, carry my things, go back to school. Without the money, I go back to the school. Go hide. Keep hiding. I remember 2015, right? In class, we are writing exams and they are sacking school fees. I always make sure I sit in front in the classroom. And our block is a long block. So when I hear that they are sacking fees from the other classes, then I tell the invigilator, I'm going to the washroom. Then I run because I can't face the embarrassment. And when they are sacking the fees, my surname starts with A. So I'm part of the first three that always owe school fees. If you come to Maoli School, two things that I'm known for: school fees and then fighting for food in the dining hall. Because if I don't eat from the dining hall, I don't have anything in my chop box. I went to school Form 2 with just Gary. Form 2 second term, I went to school with just 20 cedis. No provision, nothing. So like dining hall was my savior. If I'm not getting the dining hall food, it means that I'm going to sleep on an empty stomach. So I used to fight in the dining hall. I just kept going. Like, let me just go. And my mom, like, oh, it will be fine, like, things will be better. So I kept going. Even when I was going to school, the same time my elder sister was going to, like, the one after the one that I lost, also in SHS. So even family friends were like, since my mom didn't have enough, she should let my elder sister finish SHS before I go. But so my mom was like, what if my elder sister goes and it doesn't work as planned? It means that 3 years has been wasted. I now have to start. So my mom was like, no, let them go simultaneously. If A doesn't work, B would work.
Is B working?
B is working. B worked. That's why I tell you that I don't joke with my mom. My mom, my priority first.
Scanty. Is life getting better?
It is. Not yet. We're on the right path.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we are getting there. We would eventually get there. Yes, we're on the right path. I'm making sure that I'm on the right path. I don't want to slack. I don't want to be distracted. I'm making sure I'm on the right path.
So, having watched the story, somebody like this he has already a blessing. He has already been a blessing child from the infancies, with the challenges he has gone through, with the sorrows, with the suffering. It means that if, as a young person, lesson we should take from this story is that don't try to be like somebody, be on your own. Everyone has a story to tell. If you have never gone closer to the person, you may think that, okay, for this, all people, they just have opportunities. KSS has helped him, right? But if there were a lot of young people today, or me, this thing, I can't do it again. I can't go to school again. I can't do this again. And kudos to the mother too.